Okay, this is from section 10.1, 10.2 in the applications. It says there's a flow rate meter, 64 degrees in 16.5 seconds. And they want to know what's the angular speed. So if you look at your formula sheet, down the bottom right-hand corner here, there's a formula here that says angular speed. And the W is representing the angular speed. A is the radians of the angle, not the degrees, but the radians over the amount of time in seconds. So if you know your degrees, you're going to have to turn your degrees into radians, this other box here. So this box here that talks about changing radians and degrees, or degrees to radians, you'll need that. And then you'll need this angular speed box as well. So angular speed, the speed is found by taking the radians divided by time, or A over T is what they call it. So it says step one, find the angle in radians first. So take your 64 degrees and change it to radians using this formula that was on the formula sheet, where it says do 180 over pi equal to your degrees over radians. And so you fill in the part that you know of the degree or the radians. So this is what it looks like. And then to solve, any time you want to solve, this is called a proportion, where it's a fraction equal to another fraction. When there's a missing number, all you have to do is cross multiply where you can and divide by the number you didn't use yet. Well, you can't cross multiply this way because there's no number sitting down here, so you cross multiply this way. So you can do pi times 64, and then the number you didn't use yet was 180, so divide by 180. Cross multiply where you can, divide by the number left hanging, okay? And so when you do this math, pi times 64 divided by 180, it's going to give you a number they're going to ask you, I think, to round to 3 decimal places. And so in this case, it's 1.117. And that means that that is 1.117 radians. We changed our 64 degrees to radians. Then, once you have that, that means you have the radian part that you need in your angular speed formula. Okay, so step 2 is to plug that into the angular speed formula. So I put the radians on top and the time on the bottom, because mine said, it was 64 degrees in 16.5 seconds. So here's my radians, here's my time, and then just do the division. The top divided by the bottom, so you plug that into your calculator, 1.117 divided by 16.5, and it's gonna tell you to round to 2 decimal places. So my answer rounded to 2 decimal places is 0.07, and the label is, because remember this was set up as radians over our seconds in time, so it's radians per second.